this edition of The Take. I'm your host, Saweetie here on this Thursday, April 1st, 2021. Happy April Fool's Day. Well, you know, we got a lot of fools we're going to be talking about today, but first thing first, join in the conversation, use the hashtag TakeCareConnect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is care. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Hit subscribe so you won't miss a thing here on The Take, the content, the hub of pop culture here on The Take. So let's get started with the big story. The big story this week is, man, we kicked off with Lil Nasx. Lil Nasx come off the heels of that much anticipated video that a lot of people been talking about, the highly talked about video with Calling By Your Name Montero that was dubbed controversial. And a lot of people are still talking to it today. Many people have mixed emotions about it, saying it promotes the LGBT community, it promotes Satanism, it promotes people who are atheists and stuff. Well, it went even further when Lil Nasx had some shoes, like Nike shoes, that relate to blood covering shoes where blood drop. Well, Nike quickly demeaned that they have nothing to do with Lil Nasx with that. And Lil Nasx getting a cease and desist order on that real soon. Well, the shoes sell out, and let's get the latest.
Lil Nasx teamed up with New York art collective Mischief to modify existing Nike shoes. They put a pentagram on the shoes, an upside down cross, then injected red ink and a drop of human blood into the shoes' air bubble sole. Now the shoes cost just over $1,000 and ended up being sold out in less than a minute yesterday, but now Nike is suing. In a lawsuit filed Monday, Nike is accusing the company of trademark infringement. Nike also says the modified shoes is hurting its reputation.
Yes, Lil Nasx, his video is still counting. It's by nearly at 30 million and counting. That video had garnered so much. You can watch that video. We did a highlight of it on Viral this past week. The video is that deemed too controversial. It's been a controversial video. Him grinding on the devil, dancing on the devil like he's performing fellatio intercourse with the devil. Ugh. And then on top of this, with Lil Nasx trying to promote a shoe with blood in it. It's getting weirder and weirder. It's just day by day. It's like when you thought Old Town Road was good, and you told the folks that I'm not here to promote you. I'm not here to be a role model for your kids. That's your job. But at the same time, you got to help be accountable and stuff. And I think that's what record labels and stuff, they pushing that gay stuff into the forefront, into society, whether society likes it or not. That's what it looks like going. We'll see on that. All right, in celebrity news this week, someone tried to take some of Beyonce items in her storage. You won't believe. Let's look at the latest. Yes, Beyonce getting all her stuff storage being stolen from. It has to be an inside job. Why would folks know why it would be Beyonce? But, you know, certain people won't know what items are in there. Beyonce left it in storage, and it has to be people that she knows stealing from her. Like I said, people that when you make it to the top, people want to take from you, regardless if they have it or don't, just to make themselves be better. It's a sick, cruel world. Just like we're talking about the big story with Lil Nasx and stuff. But Beyonce, you got to be a little bit careful who you trust your stuff. Speaking of that, Ariana Grande is joining The Voice. Yeah, she'll be the latest judge on The Voice next season. Ariana Grande will join the likes of Kelly Clarkson, Blake Shelton, and John Legend. Ariana Grande knows a thing or two about singing. She's sort of like the modern Mariah Carey right now. So she knows a thing or two about singing competitions. And Ariana Grande a perfect fit for The Voice, since she'll be like the Mariah Carey of The Voice. All right, speaking of that, a lot of births going on this week, too. We have Bindi Irwin, daughter of the Crocodile Hunter Steve Irwin, the late Steve Irwin. She gave birth to a daughter So Benny Earn with her husband gave birth. I think Steve Herman is in heaven smiling. He used to be always adventurous and always up to it. So congratulations to Benny on her journey. Also, Hilary Duff gives birth to a baby number 3. So Hilary Duff on the verge of having babies and stuff. So good for him, Hilary Duff. Emma Stone, the star who's gonna star in Cruella, she giving birth to as well. So that's like they give birth, they'll never tell what the gender is. It's just like let's go and tell what the gender is, so people will know. Like you know how that formation is and stuff. So like, so you know what it is. Also, Jason Derulo, singer, is expecting his first child with his girlfriend. You see right the happy couple, Jason Derulo. Him and Jordan Sparks didn't work out, so let's see him and Jason Derulo, with Jason Derulo and his girlfriend, have a baby on the way. Also, Madonna. Now, Madonna went crazy with this racy lingerie photo, and a lot of people are saying that she had got some surgery, photoshopped and stuff. So Madonna trying to look sexy at 60 something. Come on, Madonna, come on. This ain't 1980s or 1990s no more. Let's tone it down a little bit. Madonna's gonna be doing that shock value that creates her shock value as well. Also, in most celebrity news, Chet Hanks, the son of Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, posted this crazy thing right here.
Was back trending again this weekend after his declaration about how he sees the summer of 2021 playing out.
Hey guys, look, I just wanted to tap in really quick. I just got this feeling, man, that this summer is it's about to be a white boy summer. You know, take it how you want. I'm not talking about like Trump, NASCAR type white. I'm talking about, me, John B, Jack Harlow type white boy summer. You know what I mean? Let me know if you guys can vibe with that and get ready, because I am.
He got dragged by social media saying it's gonna be white boy summer. Come on, man. Where your PR people? When you say that, people already got offense with white people, but you want to be more. Come on, man. Come on. A little bit more calculate. Just say it's gonna be your summer. So that's just say white boy summer. You got to be out your living. I'll tell you. I tell you right now. All right. In talk shows this week. Talk shows this week. The return of the Red Table Talk brought back actress and the host of The Masked Singer, Lil Nasx. She talked about her struggles of coming out and marrying a woman, and how does she feel like her and her new wife feel. Take a look.
How the others who are in the church. See, I used to be a former first lady.
Yes.
My first husband was a pastor. It's so crazy how people say, I'm a believer, I'm in the church, I'm this, are some of the most judgmental people you've ever met in your life.
Say it again. Yeah.
And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Part of the reason Jessica married me is because I'm a praying woman.
Like she said, how she feel about the judgment of her wife. They just did, they just coming out. They're just being regular couples and stuff. But you know how that go. you know how that be and stuff like that. Even this.
A couple of them. But it was the first time in my life I had ever felt fully seen.
Ooh, I understand that.
And it changed me. And the other thing that I think gets harder for people is when you don't fit in the box we put you in.
Yeah.
We thought you were this.
Yeah. Don't change up on me.
You know what? And what I say to that is, I am everything you thought I was. I just laid my head somewhere else.
Yeah.
I can still act. I can host. I can do the things. You know what I mean?
I'm everything you thought I was and more.
Right.
Yeah.
LGBTQ plus Niecy.
There you go. I love that.
Yeah, she even called herself a new label, LGBT and Niecy. Okay, or you try to make a ring to it. Just say you part of the LGBT community and leave it like that. What she said church people were being judgmental, now she's part of the community, now she understands. Like I said, to each his own. Whatever you do in your bedroom, that's your business. But I'm trying to, like Lil Nasx doing, just trying to push it out to the masses. But it is what it is. Also, on GMA this week, Michael Strahan, known for his gap teeth, done something the unthinkable with this.
Saying goodbye to the gap. Yes, Michael posting a video last night talking about altering his signature Strahan smile, sending social media into overdrive. Take a look.
He's the moment. You're doing 50 years of the making. Here we go. Let's do it.
Michael captioning that video, I did it, #goodbyegap. The video already has 3.1 million views. Michael, not available for comment when I called him. He is currently on vacation. And I will say it is suspiciously close to April Fool's Day, so we will just have to wait and see that megawatt smile when Michael gets back to the show next week.
Strahan removes his gap teeth. He just now black teeth. Now they're gonna make me think, should I get my teeth should I remove my gap and make them all straight? Like from there to there. Just on the possibility. Ugh. Tell you that right now. Ugh. All right. All right. Other news. That's it. Yeah. That's it. Okay. We'll be back with more tape. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. It's April Fool's edition of the tape. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Tank. I'm your host as always, Ken Dix here on this April 1st edition of the Tank. It is April Fool's Day. The Tank. Yeah, didn't joke me and nothing like that. It's just April Fool's Day. But join in the conversation. Use the hashtag Tank here on the Tank. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit the subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Tank. All right, let's get to the political rundown. Political rundown this week. All right. A lot of the Republican senators are going mad nuts and going crazy as usual. Well, let's take this with Matt Gaetz. He was a former Trump supporter and was supporting Trump with the Capitol riots and stuff. Now, new accusations are coming out that he was engaging with a 17-year-old in a sexual relationship. Won't believe. Take a look.
Matt Gaetz denying he had a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old girl and claiming he is the victim of criminal extortion. That's after New York Times is reporting that a New York Times report said that the Justice Department was investigating a possible sexual relationship with the girl and whether he paid for the girl to travel with him. Gaetz is telling CNN in a statement, no part of the allegations against me are true, and the people pushing these lies are targets of the ongoing extortion investigation. Let's bring in now Senate congressional correspondent.
Yikes, man! What is you doing? Why are you? And then he's denying it, and then when it comes out and they got proof, you can't deny it if you with a 17-year-old, and she's underage. You couldn't wait one more year for her being a consent adult. Man, these people are getting crazy. And he's supposed to get married. I'm surprised his fiance looking at him like, you want me more, you want the 17-year-old more than me. He probably explaining himself like, it's just way back when and stuff. It don't matter. But he was a sick dude. Speaking of somebody else sick, Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina, he made a derogatory remark about if the Gulf storm may have happened again, and he has no choice but to use his guns. Take a look.
Republican Senator Lindsey Graham claimed once again that he would use his AR-15 to shoot gangs in the event of a natural disaster or a state of apocalyptic lawlessness. Graham made the statement while arguing against a ban on semi-automatic weapons in an interview with Fox News.
If there's a natural disaster in South Carolina where the cops can't protect my neighborhood, my house will be the last one that the gang will come to because I can defend myself.
He went on to say most problems with semi-automatic weapons and gun violence had to do with mental health and not with its easy access. Back in 2019, Graham made a similar statement. Insider reported he said he owned a semi-automatic rifle in case there's a hurricane, a natural disaster, no power, no cops, no anything, and that gangs and looters would know not to come to the AR-15 home.
All right, we get for looting and stuff, but you're trying to target people of color. So you're trying to say that, but man, come on, you got to be a little bit more clever. Just say people who like to loot. It could be us, it could be white people, it could be anybody, any denomination. But sometimes you got to be a little bit careful what you say. I'm just saying, just crazy. It's just crazy. All right, we move over to on newses this week, man. All right, we know that the Derek Chauvin, who the officer who kneeled down and suffocated George Floyd, and that during the pandemic, through last year and last summer around Memorial Day, now he's been tried for the murder of Floyd. And one key star witness, who is Donald Williams, an MMA fighter, didn't come to play. He did not come to play. And he went on the defense and said this.
Police officers. You said that.
Yeah, I did. That's what I felt.
You were angry.
No, you can't paint me. I was angry. I was in a position where I had to be controlled, patrol professionalism. I wasn't angry because I stayed up there.
You called him such a man.
I did.
You called him bogus.
I did.
You called him a bum at least 13 times.
That's what you counted in the video?
Those terms grew more and more angry. Would you agree with that?
They grew more and more pleading for life.
You grew angrier and angrier.
No, I grew professional. I stayed in my body. You can't paint me out to be angry.
The tone of your voice.
The tone of my voice was loud, so people could hear me. I did.
You called him such a man.
I did.
You called him bogus.
I did.
You called him a bum at least 13 times.
That's what you counted in the video?
Right.
And that's what you got, 13.
And that was early on, right? You know, those terms grew more and more angry. Would you agree with that?
They grew more and more pleading for life.
All right. After you called him a bum 13 times, you called him a...
That's what you heard?
Did you say that?
Is that what you heard?
I'm asking you, sir.
I'm pretty
Did
sure
you say that?
You heard it. I'm pretty sure you did.
You call him a...
If that's what you heard, I'm sure that's
I'm asking you. Did you say that?
If that's what the video recorded, so I did.
Donald Williams is not here to play, and he made sure. He said, you can't paint me out to be an angry black man. And he was just like, He looked at the jury, looking at him, calling everything that he said on the tape. And even more, that firefighter lady who, what's her name? Jimmy Hansen, off firefighter. She testified. She said she could have saved Floyd's life. Let's live with remarks she said.
To the gas station and look for an AED. And I would have checked his airway. I would have been worried about his spinal cord injury because he has so much weight on his neck. I would have opened his airway to check if there are any obstructions. and I would have checked for a pulse. And when I didn't find a pulse, if that was the case, I would have started compressions. And I didn't have my bed bag, so I would have continued compressions. We don't give mouth to mouth anymore. So I would have continued compressions at a rate of 100 a minute until help arrived.
And by compressions, what do you mean?
I would have put my hands, stuck my hands and pressed his chest.
Chest compressions.
Chest compressions.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what's the point of doing chest compressions?
Pumping the blood for somebody that's not doing that themselves, trying to get a pulse back.
And were you able to do that? Any of those steps?
No, sir.
Why weren't you able to do any of that?
Because the officers didn't let me in to the scene. I also offered, in my memory, I offered to walk them through it, or told them, if he doesn't have a pulse, you need to start compressions, and that wasn't done either.
And so are these things that you wanted to do?
It's what I would have done for anybody.
And when you couldn't do that, how did that make you feel?
Totally distressed.
Were you frustrated?
Yes.
Ms. Hanson, as I told you, we can take our time, so feel free to just take a minute. Need a drink of water, go ahead.
Yeah, the march that she was saying that she could have saved George Floyd's life. And it gets more intensifying as we go. So we're going to keep up here on Newsy's report on the George Floyd situation, what's going on in their chosen with the jurors, 12 jurors, mainly white, mainly some women, but they got to be the key. We had to at least get half of them if they can do the right thing. We had to wait and see on that. All right. Again, the viral video of the week. All right, we know that Quavo and Saweetie broke up 2 weeks ago. And we know many people are saying Quavo cheated on Saweetie, but it could be the case. But new allegations are coming out that they had an elevator fight, and you won't believe. Let's take a look. Man, Quavo and Saweetie now fighting in the elevator while they was together. And now they're no longer together, but everything's coming out the woodworms and woodwork. As I hope there'll be Solange and Jay-Z again with Beyonce. Yeah, remember that accident? What? There was something. That was something. It was. I'm telling you. Yeah. All right, get it together. They both separate, so they knew better, so they can find somebody else. Quavo, they're gonna be like a woman beating now. So Saweetie, she probably had to move on. Whew. All right, everyone. Thank you all for watching this edition on this April Fool's edition of The Tape. I've been your host, Kenny Dick, saying so long, and don't fool nobody this weekend. Have a happy Easter, and we'll see you next week for another edition of The Tape. See you later.